Okay, so today we follow the Torah text, and we move from stories of Abraham to the stories of Jacob, and with that we move from theft, which is in Noahide number 4, to justice, which is in Noahide number 5. And in fact, as you can see in the text, all the stories about Jacob revolve around one issue, which is the justice and civil order. I'll give you an example. The stories of Jacob start with his struggle with his brother Esau around one issue: who is going to be the firstborn? Now, being firstborn status, that status allow you to get twice as much inheritance, beside the blessing, spiritual blessing. So it's a civil issue. Who is going to be the firstborn? So Jacob had claim. They were twins, and he sold it to Jacob, moreover. So Jacob had his own claim. Esau had his own claim. But the struggle with them is about who is right, who is the lawful firstborn, according to the law, according to the justice. And then also the question is, who is really qualified to be the firstborn? That's another issue. But the whole struggle with them is around justice and civil order, under category of civil order. Then he ran away. He cheats back, if you want, Esau, and as a result, he has to run away. If you take the law in your hand, it could be that's the end. The result is he ran away for his life, and he goes to Laban, and there being cheated again. Laban gave him the wrong girl, the wrong sister, despite their agreement. So that's again an issue of who is right, civil right, justice. And then the story continues. As you know, he worked for Laban for several years and without any good compensation. And he charged Laban, I worked for you for so many years, the summer, out of the sun, and at the colder winter in the snow, and you didn't pay me anything. That's clearly a civil right issue. Justice, fairness. It's not about God, it's about justice. And then finally, when he come back to the land of Israel, and then, of course, he cheats Laban back, and the result is that he has to run for his life. And when he comes to the land of Israel, his daughter, Dinah, is abducted and raped by the son of the city mayor, Shem. That's, again, an issue of civil right. He has the right to live in the city peacefully without the daughter being abducted. Regardless of the story there, what's involving, but the issue is clearly civil right. So all the stories of Jacob can be painted, if you want, with one color. Let's say we decided in the past to paint it, let's say, in purple. The same way we painted Abraham's stories with green because all of them revolve around theft. And the same way we had painted Noah stories from Cain and Abel to the flood with red because all of them consider or revolve around bloodshed. And the same way we painted the story of Eden with pink because it's all about love, heavenly love and human love, as well as betrayal of love, adultery, and so on. So Eden is pink. And chapter 1, which teaches us idolatry, is red, as we decided gold. So if you go this way, you see that the book of Genesis is written by Moses in such a way, it takes the reader step by step through the commandment. First of all, we learn the commandment order. We have now the right order that Moses thought about. And secondly, as a Noahide, if you want to know anything about justice, here you are. The Torah give you, Moses write you the story of Jacob, and it to highlight issues that around justice that you would never think about otherwise. The same way that you wrote the story of Abraham and theft, which touches so many issues that around theft that Noahide should know. And certainly the story of Eden and idolatry. So this is a Torah given to us. The Torah is given to us to learn and to derive conclusion. So here you are as a Noahide. This is the DNA of Noahide movement, to know about the seventh commandment and to teach them. What do you need to teach? Not just write the headline on the board. You need to open up the story of Jacob and study it, and you'll understand what justice is. Because if you learn it in detail, we're not going to do it in our class. You can read it in detail, verse by verse, and story by story. You will learn a lot about injustice and justice, social stuff. The same way you learn about theft with Abraham and so on. So now the question is, in fact, I should have said the name of the class. If I had to put a name of our class, it will be "How Can Noahide Be Holy?" That's I would put as a headline of justice number 1. Okay, class number 1, how can Noahide be holy? So here comes the question. Knowing just what I've said, the question arises, if so, if the book of Genesis takes us from one commandment, so where is a point where Noahide can learn how to be holy? I heard this question in your group. People ask me sometime in the past, how can I be holy? And in the past, other people in other classes ask me the same question. For Israel, it's easy. It's clear. Israel follow the 613 commandment. And the commandment make us holy. How do I know? Because in Leviticus, the Torah says that I'll quote to you, and God said to Moses, tell Israel, I am holy and you should be holy. keep up my commandment. A man should honor or fear his father and mother, should observe the Sabbath, should leave a portion of the field for the poor. It goes to the list of the commandments. So, but this is it. So how do we tell Israel how should we be holy? Keep the commandment. The commandment or the 10 commandments, which are split into all the 613. So, and that's why when I do a commandment, okay, when I as a member of Israel, I do a commandment, I made a special blessing. I say, before I do the commandment, before I take the lulav, I say, bless you, Hashem, the King of the universe, who the King of the universe, who have made us holy by his commandment. Bless you, Hashem Elohim, for King of the universe, who made us holy through this commandment, and who gave us this commandment to take the lulav, or to do this or that. So I mentioned right away before the doing any commandment that I become holy by the commandment. And so this is the third. I have a lot of opportunity to do that. 613 commandments, so to speak. But Noahide have only 7. Can Noahide be also holy by the commandment? By the way, the whole idea of commandment is really unique to Judaism, because if you think about it, other religions would say, how should the person become holy? Go to leave everything, go to monastery, seclude yourself there, live modestly, chant psalms, and wait for the second coming. Yeah, you can do good things, but the main thing is secluding yourself from the society. A woman should leave her family and be married to the church or whatever. That's how you become holy. In Israel, the monasteries are built on the way to Jericho. There is a wadi with tall walls, straight up walls, very deep. And the monasteries are built on the wall in a way that a person can climb up there maybe once a month on a rope or somewhere. They are totally secluded from society. So that's a way to become holy. Other religions would say how to become holy. You sit in a cave where let your hair grow, your nail grow. Again, seclude yourself, leave all the foolishness of the world behind you. Commit yourself to God, walk on nails, and you become holy, and so on. So the common thread of all religions around the world, holiness is usually attached to someone to take yourself away from the foolishness of mundane life. Don't waste your life on some foolishness that's passing will pass away. Dedicate yourself to worship Hashem, to chant, to study, to meditate, whatever, and that's make you holy. Come Judaism and say, wait a minute, Hashem says, be holy by doing the commandment. doing the commandment means go, or the opposite, go, you cannot fulfill the commandment by sitting in a cave. You need a congregation, you need a house, you need a home, you need society. There is not, the whole life in society is full of commandments. Everything you do during the day is involved in this pursuing the commandment or implementing the commandment of God in the mundane day. So the idea of being holy through the commandment is really strange, and it's really exceptional. Even Islam, who actually at least present itself as close to the Judaism as possible, but their idea of holiness is also a Sufi philosopher who will think about philosophy of God, compose poetry, and swirl around beautiful dance to ecstasy, and he connect to God. No one think in Islam there that a way to connect, to be holy, is to fulfill God's commitment, God's commandment. In fact, they don't even recognize beside prayer 4 times a day. 4 times a day is one of the commandments. So if I do pray as God in the way that God commanded me, connect to Him as a service to Hashem through prayer, I become holy through the prayer. It's all right. But this is only one of the 613. So let's go back to our question. How can a Noahide with only 7 commandments be holy? So what is holiness? Really, that's the time to ask the question. What do I mean being holy? If I say that the holy temple is holy in Jerusalem, I mean that there is a holiness in the place. Most scholars will say, non-Jews or non-religious, so the holiness means that the place is forbidden to go. If a place is secluded, it's forbidden to, this place is holy, don't go there. That's true. The holy temple is holy, and you cannot approach it. Only a few people can enter it at a certain time, under certain circumstances. But it's inaccessible to the regular person. So that's one aspect of holiness. That's a forbidden place for talking about the holiness of the temple. And later on, we'll talk about the holiness of man. But holiness of temple, as an example, is the fact that I cannot enter it. But that's not enough. There are places like I'm forbidden to go because it's filthy. So why do you take the fact that the prohibition to enter as a sign that it's holy? Not at all. Yes, a place of holiness is expressed by the fact, expressed by the prohibition to enter it. But suddenly there is some positive element in the temple, something positive that render it holy place. Not just a prohibition, but there is something positive in an element in the temple that I would call holiness. And what is it? The Shekhinah. The presence of the Shekhinah in the holy temple under the cherubs under the wing of the cherub, that render the entire temple holy. That was the case in the first temple, where there was a holy ark and a cherub, and the Shekhinah really was seen there. There was clearly evidence, a miracle happened in the temple that showed that the Shekhinah is there. The second temple, where there was no ark, no cherubs, the Shekhinah was not there anymore because of what happened. Well, the second temple didn't have the same kind of holiness. It has only rabbinical holiness, if you wish. But not the Shekhinah was not there. So genuine holiness means that the positive presence of Shekhinah. Why the Sabbath is holy? Because the Sabbath is perceived as a dwelling with the presence of Shekhinah in time, in the temple of time, in the dimension of time. The Shekhinah can be in 3 dimensions in the temple, but she also can be in the 4th dimension of time. It's the Sabbath. So now if saying that a person is holy by the commandment, what does the Torah mean? The Torah means that the Shekhinah enter us by doing positive commandment. Wow. And there are 2 elements. The Shekhinah enter us, like the Holy Temple has negative. There are negative commandment and positive commandment. Negative commandment thou shalt not do, and positive commandment we should do. Obviously, if I follow just a negative commandment, I don't do anything. I just don't kill. I don't steal. It's good, but it's not enough to make me holy. In order to be elevated to holiness, I need to do positively the commandment, to draw her to me through the positive commandment. It's like a temple has 2 aspects. First of all, you don't prohibition to go close. And then there is a positive thing, that's her presence. So we need negative commandment to render us, to qualify us to the next step of doing positive commandment. If I violate theft and I violate if I violate adultery, and I sing and I come to the temple, I sing hallelujah, God will despise me. Instead of getting holiness, I will be thrown to hell, so to speak. She will push me away. So in order to go up to elevate yourself to holiness, you first need to follow the negative commandment, and then you go to the positive one. The positive one will connect Hashem to you. How does it work? How does it work that I do positive commandment and the Shekhinah enter my heart? Well, there are many great literature about it. Hasidism teaches us that somehow when we do commandment of God, it really changes our body. Our liver is not the same. Our heart is not the same. Our physical presence in this world is not the same, and it renders us capable of absorbing Hashem into our body. That's Hasidut. It's not necessarily works like this. It's all spiritual levels. And I understand that in order to get the positive into the Shekhinah to enter us, when she comes here, you do a good thing. You want to attract her to your heart. Well, when she enters it and she sees there what you have done, that you committed the negative thing, adultery, she will run away from you. She will not continue to dwell in you. So you need to clean yourself, first of all, by abiding by Elohim law, prohibitions, and then you climb to the positive thing. Okay, we got the idea, so let's go back to Noahide. I have 7 commandments. Which one of them are negative? Which one of them are positive? Idolatry, number 1, surely negative. Don't worship idols. That's it. Yeah, there is a positive aspect. You should worship Hashem, but that's not a commandment. The commandment itself is negative. Adultery, there is a positive aspect. You should marry your wife, but the commandment is negative. Do not commit adultery. It's a negative command. Number 3, bloodshed. Do not shed blood. Theft, do not steal, don't abduct. All of them are negative. Which one of them is positive? Also blasphemy, negative. Which one of them is positive? Number 5, justice. Turn out that from 6 of commandments that Adam received in Eden, which are the base of the Torah, Noah only added 1, but basically the 6 are the core of everything. So only justice, pursuing justice, is a positive commandment that allows me, if I fulfill it, it connects me to Hashem, and the Shekhinah will dwell on me. Wait a minute, justice? What does justice to do with the Shekhinah? What does justice to do with holiness? Certainly you ask yourself. I know holiness is singing, cathedral, choir, whatever, but to study about end of time, Satan, revelation, soul, justice? What is justice to do with the dwelling of holiness in your heart? So more than prayer, more than anything else, justice. So what is that to do? So let's be more, elaborate a little bit. What exactly do I need to do in order to implement justice? The Rambam says 4 things. One of them, set up a just judiciary system. Number 2, set up courthouses in every district. Stand up and do it. The language is stand up and do it. Stand up elect judiciary system, just law. Stand up and erect courthouses. Stand up and elect qualified judges that are strong character, don't take bribe, they are truthful people. They qualified according to Yitro. When Yitro came to Moses, he advised Moses about the judges. Yitro was a Noahide. So here come a Noahide and tell Moses what kind of judges he should elect for this mitzvah, for this commandment. So elect judges. Number 4 would be set up loyal police to enforce it. So you need to stand up and do a lot of things. Mundane thing, apparently mundane thing. If you do that, the Shekhinah will enter your heart. Boom, again. What are you saying? What is the connection? I understand that justice is a good way to society to handle itself, to secure the welfare of people, and so on. It's a common arrangement, agreement between people, as German philosopher said. I understand that. But Shekhinah, going into our heart by erecting courts, by selecting judges, by police. What did that do with Shekhinah? So, is there any other positive commandment of the 6? No. That's really, we have no other commandment positive to get to Hashem, to get Hashem love, to make Hashem loving us and entering our heart. I mean, they talk about the Shekhinah, but justice. So, how can I explain the connection? And here we go very deep. We go deep as it can be. And this is as follows. When I do justice, I emulate whom? Elohim, the heavenly court, the heavenly judge. The heavenly judge is a judge who follows the truth, who pray, who retribution is measure for measure, and he sit all day and judge all the entire universe. Once a year, Rosh Hashanah, he passes judgment on the entire universe. So by issuing a just verdict, by seeking the truth, and by issuing a just verdict, I have emulated Elohim as possibly human. What about creating? If I create iPhone, Elohim also is a smart, wisdom of Elohim is shown in the universe. So why don't, if I create this iPhone, we can say also emulate Elohim? No. Elohim created the universe from nothing. What we do in our wisdom, we just rearrange things. So we don't really emulate Elohim in that era, but we do emulate Elohim by sitting in judgment, and by the judge issuing a truthful verdict as much as it could humanly possible. So, but if I fulfill, now if you go to the list of the commandment and you ask yourself which one, of course, only by judgment. I cannot emulate Elohim by fulfilling adultery. Elohim never involved in adultery. It's given to me, but Elohim himself is never involved in it. Bloodshed the same way, theft the same way. So all the commandments that we keep as a negative one have nothing to do with Elohim work. It's only given to us. But justice is a part. Justice is the way that I positively emulate Elohim. So again, it stands out suddenly, justice is the only way that I could connect not only to Shekhinah, but even to Elohim, emulate him. All the rest of the commandments are just prohibition, but this is a positive way that I emulate him. Fine. What about the Shekhinah? The whole purpose is to be, if I want to be holy, means it's holiness is not in the eyes of Elohim. Holiness is in the eyes of the Shekhinah, YHVH, the attribute of mercy. She needs to come to my heart. What is keeping the law, or what is keeping justice to do with the Shekhinah? Why is she involved? And here is a profound insight that I promise you. Because why is the Shekhinah here to start with? Who invited her? You remember the story of Genesis? At the beginning, Elohim wanted to create the 6 days by himself. Rashi says, seeing that the world, the universe will not, or the world will not endure, especially with Adam. Adam will not endure such a harsh scrutiny. So Elohim wanted to give Adam a chance to win his trial. So he asked a bit of mercy to join. So by definition, she came here to ameliorate harsh judgment of Elohim, to oppose him, to ameliorate him. That was the beginning. Then chapter 2 tell you that the world was recreated by Hashem Elohim, the two cherubs side by side. Here they appear in love, in agreement. Here they appear in love, in agreement. So, and she is not ameliorating Elohim. She is not opposing Elohim. The two cherubs touching each other wing by wing. They form the child Adam. They look at him with love, and they themselves shows heavenly love. Everything is pink there. On which, and they give him the sixth commandment. All the commandments that they gave to Adam are all negative ones. And with adultery, theft, and bloodshed, she acts, if we sin, she acts as opposing, as to ameliorate our judgment. She still, with regarding to all the commandments that they gave us, she is still here as she came for. She came to ameliorate the verdict, to make it easier for us. But when it comes to justice, number 5, she loves it too. This is the only commandment that the 2 attributes love mankind together with total agreement. If in the eyes of Hashem, if you commit justice, if you don't take advantage of the poor or the weak, listen, this is an entire Jeremiah right there. What are the prophets of Israel shouting? Shouting many things, but especially how they dare to commit injustice. God, who hate you? The Shekhinah hate you. Because the Shekhinah love justice as much as Elohim. No other commandment is shown in no other commandment. Because with all the other commandments, she is there to ameliorate, to oppose, to offer forgiveness. Forgiveness means Elohim should come down. Let's forgive our child. But when you do positive commandment of justice, here the 2 attributes stand together in love, with no quarrel about, no debate about it between them. They look at us with heavenly love and as oneness, in oneness. They stand as one. So the oneness of Hashem is implemented in the world through justice. That's a strange idea. It's not, you don't hear it in Christianity, you don't hear it in Islam, you don't hear it in Buddhism, you don't hear it anywhere. The oneness of Hashem, the 2 attributes that usually are opposing each other. You know when they are when they show up wing against wing? With love. And Moses depicted them as a boy and a girl looking at each other with love. You know when? When you implement justice. And Jeremiah is happy. And Isaiah is happy. And Amos is happy. Yes, there are other things, of course. But injustice? How dare you do this? So this is why number 5, which is also pertain to Noahide. So number 5 is a way to become holy in the eyes of Hashem. If you stand up and do these things, you become holy. You don't have to run to the water and to baptize yourself with water. You don't have to sing hallelujah. There is no sermon. Nobody put water on your head. Nobody call you a saint or something like that. Simply follow justice, implement justice in society, and Shekhinah will, and the rest will come automatically. Or you say, oh, that's only for me? Only for Noahide? What about Israel? So I give you a revelation from the Parsha, this week's Parsha. You know when the name changed to Israel? When Jacob found justice, he was seeking justice all his life. When he finally faced Esau face to face, and they came in an agreement, and justice happened, the true justice happened, because Esau recognized him. Not by the law, but because genuinely Jacob was the right pair of Abraham. Esau recognized it finally. So seeking the truth, justice is seeking the truth. Finally, Esau recognized the truth, says Fatemi. When Esau found the truth, Israel was elevated to the name of Jacob, was elevated to Israel. So Israel was born with the implementing of justice. And Israel is here to spread justice in the world. So Israel too is very much, the holiness of Israel stem out from seeking justice, not different than Noahide. Israel, though, has one more step to go higher with the Sabbath. There is one more step higher. If you keep the Sabbath, that's a different topic. That's what makes it different and higher, so to speak, not higher, but closer to the Shekhinah by keeping the Sabbath. But as the rest of it, beside that, Israel is equal to Noahide in holiness. Listen, holiness was endowed to Jacob not by circumcision. Abraham circumcised himself, did not qualify for that. As opposed to many people who think that circumcision makes Israel holy. It's not by the Torah. What elevated Israel and can elevate Noah is to holiness, is to observe number 5 in the name of Israel. I'll tell you a legend that a story that can depict this, what I've just said. You know, when the angel in the morning, Jacob overcame the angel, and he was on the ground. So the sun came up, and the angel pleaded, let me go, because the sun is up. So Rashi says, where is the angel going? The answer is when he goes up to sing with the 70 nations, angels, they sing every morning, holy, holy, holy. So the angel goes up, and he says to Jacob, but your name is Israel, and you are qualified to sing holy, holy, holy from the ground. That story we repeat it in every time I stand Shmona, Amidah prayer in public of 10 Jews. I say Kedusha, holiness, and I repeat the story of the angels. And we Israel sing holy from the ground. So which means being holy endowed me the ability to sing holy from the ground, whereas the angels sing it up in heaven. Could be, why not Noahide? Moses, the Talmud says, Moses kept the holiness only to those, and also circumcision. He kind of took it to Israel only and elevated it only to those who keep the Sabbath. Now that's Moses. But here from our story, could be that all Noahide could have been involved in circumcision and also in holiness of Jacob here. But Moses took it to confide it because he formed Israel as a congregation that keep the Sabbath. So that's the story of the Sabbath, which is one more step what we are talking here. So the question is, if you sum up here, how would Noahide seek holiness? Send your children to yeshiva. They can learn justice. Who said that? Ramban here said. All the Noahide should learn the Talmud. What part of the Talmud? The part of, especially the part of the Talmud that involve or deal with the justice and theft, which is a major part of the Talmud. It takes you years to study. So send your children to yeshiva, and so they can learn, like the children of Israel at that age. They also don't spend time on video games, but instead they sit. Imagine teenagers. They sit hours and study the law of justice and theft. 6 hours a day, 10 hours a day, even 4 hours a day. Send your children there, and you see what happens. You see how holy they will be. And order the Talmud. Buy it. Put it in your shelves. Read it. Teach it. Especially those law of justice, and you will become, Noahide become holy. So here is we answer the question, how could Noahide be holy like Israel? Follow the law of justice, implement justice, and that's the only positive commandment that you can do that's open to everyone to get the Shekhinah, to attract the Shekhinah into your heart. She will not come to your heart if you just sway in ecstasy and pray and she is not. She will come to your heart if she sees that the only positive commandment you do to attract her, it's been implemented. Okay, so time is run. Do you have any questions for me?